Fanbytes, so we started this about 2 years ago, and what we do is we help brands to create and distribute content to market to a younger generation. So when you see a lot of brands, they're struggling with understanding how to create content to reach that 15, 16, 17-year-old person. Exactly, right? But the big problem is like they don't understand the mindset of the audience. They don't understand how to create the content and then understanding how to distribute it. So what we do is we build a crowdsourced community of creators who can build ads for brands whilst also distributing it through a curated network of social publishers, social influencers across Snapchat, Instagram, and TikTok. Yeah. If you think about the conventional agency, whether it's like a creative agency or marketing agency, or even some of the bigger guys, all these guys staff up themselves with a lot of people who are thinking through ideas and concepts and proposals and all that stuff, and just using things like Facebook ads, Instagram ads, and all that stuff. When we come in, our network is completely crowdsourced and distributed. So we literally reduce the cost of creation and allow you to tap into a creative community rather than just go into a standard agency. So these guys are being disrupted. And what's really interesting is we now see some of the guys from the old agencies are now investing in us because they basically realize it's oh shit, I need to basically be on their side whilst they're disrupting us. So because we enable data and because we reduce the cost of distribution and creation to a lot of these guys, they're they are scared, and we're seeing the fallout from that. Here's a really big difference as well between us and a lot of agencies, right? So agencies price by campaign. We price solely on a standard cost per view. So it's a very programmatic approach. They come on, log onto the platform, they can actually put out and say, we want these amount of views and impressions, etc. And then the campaign just runs up until then. As opposed to a conventional agency where it's okay, cool, this is gonna cost you 10K. So loads of our brands, especially those in the long tail, right? So we work with a lot of entertainment companies. So all the big labels, Sony, Warner, Universal, all these guys just self-serve. They go on our platform, hey, we have this song, boom, we're gonna blow it out. Hey, we have this song, we're gonna blow it out. So that there again disrupts the traditional agency business, right? So we have two forms of data that we use, right? So one is the data and the targeting of the audiences that we're doing, right? So not only do we get real deep data as to who are the actual communities who are talking about something specific, but even
micro communities.
Yeah, exactly. But even in those communities, who are the influencers or the community leaders in those communities, right? So now if you're trying to reach, say, people who are interested in something like Fortnite, you can know in that community who are the people who actually own the biggest amount of mindshare and influence. It's literally standard cost per view, which makes it really easy to buy. We've always positioned ourselves as we don't want to enter into the agency business. We want to be positioned as a programmatic play. So there isn't any real discrepancy between the two. It's more here's your budget, here are the kind of deliverables you're gonna get, and then done.